Good morning, students.
Good morning, sir.
Students, are you getting my voice?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, right. Okay, students, welcome to your SEM 2. Uh, like the SEM 1, you have the 5 papers in the SEM 2 also, and one seminar. Okay, so the things are the same, what you followed in the SEM 1. Two internal assessments, you have to write the exam, each carries 15 marks, and one assignment carries 5 marks. Okay, so totally 20 marks for your internal assessment. And each paper had the 80 marks as the external examination. Okay, so 20 plus 80, 100. And 5 papers, each one carries 100 marks, totally 500, and 25 marks for the seminar. Okay, so total 525 marks, 525 marks for the SEM 2 also. Okay, so the same, uh, uh, the which followed in the SEM 1 carries in the SEM 2 also. Okay, so you have 5 papers, which shared by the 3 teachers, myself and Harshankar and Dr. Zulu Nageswar. And in this semester, I am dealing with the 3 papers, paper 1, 2, and paper 4. Harshankar dealing with paper 5, 5A, and Dr. Zulu Nageswar deals with paper 3. Okay, so this is the structure, and I will show you the papers which you have in your syllabus, and then we'll continue my general introduction today. Yeah, students are getting my
Yes,
screen.
Sure.
sir.
Yeah. Right. So this is structure of your papers for the same 2, and the same what you followed in the first semester, the same things you are follows in the semester 2 also. The 5 papers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One is paper 1, the history of India, 1206 to 1858, which carries the 5 credits, having the 5 hours for a week. And paper 2, historiography and historical method, also carries 5 credits. And 203, history of Telangana, from 1724 to 2014, which also carries 5 credits, and 204A, History of Modern World, 1871 to 1964, carries only 4 credits, and 205A, Environmental History of Modern India, carries 4 credits. Okay, so each paper having the 20 marks per internal and 80 marks per external, totally 100 marks. Okay, so uh, you have the 5 papers, totally you have to score, total marks carries the 500 marks, right? So another one is the seminar. Seminar is also compulsory one. It carries 25 marks. Okay. So among the 5 papers, the first one, History of India, 1206 to 1858, which is uh, one of the important paper academically, and which is also useful for your competitive purpose, which is totally deals with medieval part, from the end of from the starting foundation of Delhi Sultanate to uh, up to end of 1857 revolt. Okay, so which is important, which is also important paper, which is myself deals with the first paper, and the second paper also uh, also my paper, historiography and historical method, which totally deals with the historiography and certain historical methods, what we follow while writing or reading the history. Okay, so whenever we deals with uh, any historical writing, we have to follow certain methods. Okay, so in the form of secondary and secondary primary sources, based on the secondary primary sources, we have to follow certain methods, and all those methods we will see in the second paper, historiography and historical method. And next one is 203, History of Telangana, from 1724 to 2014. Okay, so in the first semester, you completed the things regarding Telangana up to 1724, I think, and you will have the things from 1724 to 2014 up to the formation of separate Telangana. Okay. So all those things you will get from this 203 paper, which carries, which deals with Nageshwar, Dr. Nageshwar. And next one is 204A, History of Modern World, 1871 to 1964, which is also the paper you have in the SEM 1, where the history of world from 1453 to 1871, you already followed. Okay, so up to, I think you get the things from up to the unification of Germany and Italy, and within this paper, in the second sem, you get the things from 1871, after the unification of Italy and Germany, up to 1964. Okay, it's totally a covering the things regarding the modern and contemporary world. Okay, so next one is 205 A, Environmental History of Modern India, which is one of the important paper, which is different with the other papers. Okay, so having some innovative things you will get with this paper, right? So which is important paper, deals by Dr. Harshankar. Okay, so these are the 5 papers you have, and I will give you the general introduction over my 3 papers, and we have the 3 classes today, and this is the first class I have, and I have another class at 11 o'clock to you only, and at 12 o'clock. Okay, so uh, these within these three classes or periods, I will give you uh, these introduction about each paper. Okay, so uh, I will give you introduction part about history of India in the first hour, and I will give you about these things first of all. And you are already aware about the history of India, because you already covered in the first semester up to 1206. Okay, so up to foundation of the paper you already covered what you are watching on the screen. Okay, so history of India from earliest time to 1206, which is paper covered by Dr. Harishankar. Okay, so you start from the geographical background, sources, archaeological, literary approaches. Okay, so in the module one and Indus Valley Civilization module two, and other things also in the module two, and you ended with the module five, South Indian kingdoms like the Pallavas, Chalukyas, Badami, Rashtrakutas, and up to I think you completed things up to the Bhakti movement, right? So then we'll start the second the paper in the second semester uh, from the foundation of the Delhi Sultanate. Okay, so I think you are watching on the screen the syllabus of the paper, History of India, 1206 to 1858. Okay, so are you getting right? Okay, so paper one, History of India, 1206 to 1858, right? So as usual, we have the five modules uh, for first three papers, because you have the five credits for each, and next two papers, fourth and fifth, uh, carries only the four credits. Okay, so 4 weeks a day. Okay, so 4 weeks, four classes a week, right? So 4 hours a week, right? So this is the history of India, 1206, 1858, having the five modules. Okay, so we'll have the things from the foundation of Delhi Sultanate from the module one. Okay, so module one starting with the foundation of Delhi Sultanate, and you are aware that Delhi Sultanate, the foundation of Delhi Sultanate, is one of the revolutionary event which taken place in the early medieval part. Okay, so early medieval India. Okay, so where many migrants like the Turks, Arabs who entered in Indian territories from 1712, approximately around 1712 AD, like that. Okay, so they are migrated into, they entered into the intervention into the Indian territories, and they gradually moved towards the central part of central territories of India, and gradually they captured those areas, territories, and finally they started their ruling. Okay, so we have a important thing we have to remember here. The foundation of Delhi Sultanate is taken place with Alauddin Khilji actually, but Alauddin Khilji was a founder, right? So before Alauddin Khilji, certain things has happened. Okay, so Muhammad Ghazni Muhammad entered. He attacked many times on Indian territories, and he captured some of the territories also. Then Gori Muhammad entered, and he also captured many territories. And along with Gori Muhammad, the Alauddin, sorry, Qutbuddin Aibak, sorry, Qutbuddin Aibak, who came to India, and as a representative of Muhammad Ghori, Qutbuddin Aibak started the Delhi Sultanate as on behalf of the slave dynasty. Okay, because he was a slave, that we consider it as a slave dynasty, because the successors of Qutbuddin Aibak, some of the successors also the as a slaves, so that we call it as the slave dynasty. Okay, so and from the slave dynasty, nearly another four dynasties also ruled. Okay, so slave dynasty, then Khilji came to the power, then Tughlaqs came to the power, then Syed came to the power, and the Lodis came to the power. Okay, so from the 1206 to 1526. Okay, so up to the entry of Mughals, the Delhi Sultanate rule has continued. Okay, so within the Delhi Sultanate, within the period of up to 1206 to 1526, it means nearly 300 years of the rule, 320 years of the rule. Many, nearly 30 to 40 rulers who ruled the Indian territories had within this 300 years, you find number of changes and number of developments you see in the Delhi Sultanate rule. Okay, so when you start with Qutbuddin Aibak to the Balban, which is a certain which is a initial phase of Delhi Sultanate, and many changes also taken place within it. And Balban, one of the efficient ruler from the this slave dynasty, and who introduced a number of reforms, and who introduced a number of traditions in the Indian context. Okay, so after that, after Balban, no efficient ruler is found. Then the Khaljis came to the power, and Jalaluddin Khilji, who formed the Khilji dynasty, and which continued by the Alauddin Khilji. And Alauddin Khilji, you are well known that number of reforms which is introduced by the Alauddin Khilji, like the revenue, military, and market reforms. Okay, so like a number of reforms you will see during the time of Alauddin Khilji. Okay, so who paved the way, a strongest way, or the strengthening of this Delhi Sultanate, rule of the Delhi Sultanate. Okay, so during the tenure of Alauddin Khilji, who followed certain things, and who strengthened the military, particularly who strengthened the revenue, and who get a sufficient income to the state also. Okay, so all these are things carried only for strengthen the military. Okay, so Alauddin Khilji, who stabilized the Delhi Sultanate rule. Okay, so after Alauddin Khilji rule, Tughlaq's entered, and Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq was the founder of this dynasty. And after Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq, Muhammad bin Tughlaq, who better to be called as the Prince of Maniers, who came to the power. And he during his Muhammad bin Tughlaq's tenure also, he followed a number of reforms. Okay, so because he was a great ruler, had such a had such a knowledge over the spending, expenditure, and revenue to the state, and he want to introduce certain things which are very new new at the time. Okay, so he also updated person, because he get many things from the Mongols or other parts of the world, and he tried to introduce a innovative thinkings at that time, and he want to introduce a token currency also, and as a part of security safety, he also transferred capital from Delhi to Daulatabad, and he also increased certain land revenue rates of land revenue in the Doab area. Okay, so such a newly things at the time which followed by Muhammad bin Tughlaq, but the which is unfortunate that at the time the whole society was updated. Okay, so not updated, and because they are in certain orthodoxy traditional format, so that his innovative ideas or innovative programs or welfare measures not suitable for that society. So that's why his reforms was totally failed. Okay, so like a Muhammad bin Tughlaq, better to be called as a such a innovative personality, and uh, better to be called as the Prince of Moneyers also. Okay, so after Muhammad bin Tughlaq, Firoz Shah Tughlaq came to the power, and Firoz Shah Tughlaq, one of the one of the ruler who elected by the officials. Okay, so number of ulemas who supported, and he also followed such a certain reforms. Basically, during the time of Firoz Shah Tughlaq, the number of welfare measures has followed, like constructing Darul Sifas, like hospitals, and providing certain economical assistance to the poor, or like that. Okay, so during this time, such an liberal things has taken place, and he given such freedom to the nobles are like that, and religious officials are like that. So even though his tenure also, we say we can remember somewhat better when compared to the other Delhi Sultanate rulers. Okay, so after Firoz Shah Tughlaq, no efficient ruler is found from the Tughlaq dynasty, and the Tughlaq dynasty declined, and the Sayyids came to the power. Okay, so after the Sayyids, Lodi dynasty came to the power, and you are well aware that within the Lodi dynasty, Ibrahim Lodi was important personality who was also a last ruler of Delhi Sultanate, and who was defeated in the Battle of Panipat in the hands of Babur. And so during Delhi Sultanate, during the Ibrahim Lodi's time, the downfall of Delhi Sultanate is taken place finally, uh, which finally ended the Delhi Sultanate rule with the Ibrahim Lodi in 1526. Okay, so all these things we'll see things regarding this Delhi Sultanate period, we'll see within the module 1. And apart from this, we'll see certain reasons for decline of Delhi Sultanate, and also we'll see what are the reasons for rise of the provincial kingdoms also. Okay, so after decline of Delhi Sultanate, number of provincial kingdoms has taken place, like the Kakatiya dynasty in the southern part, and many other regional kingdoms you will see in the southern and central Indian territories. Okay, so apart from that, we also cover the administration of Delhi Sultanate, and apart from the administration, we'll see socio-economical conditions and cultural conditions. And as a part of cultural conditions, we'll see about the important aspects like the Bhakti movement and Sufi movement, which taken place within the Delhi Sultanate period. Okay, so dear students, all these things we'll get from the module 1. Okay, so after that, as in the module 2, we'll go with the Deccan kingdoms, particularly after during the time of Delhi Sultanate, and after ending of Delhi Sultanate period, certain regional kingdoms has raised and emerged, and which turned into independent kingdoms, and some of them as powerful after the end of Delhi Sultanate period. Okay, so such kingdoms we will see, particularly these are certain kingdoms we will see in the Deccan part, particularly southern India, like the Hoysalas, the Pandyas, the Yadavas, and Kakatiyas. Okay, so we'll see these a brief political history about all these kingdoms, and after that, a mighty kingdom in the southern part is nothing but the Vijayanagara, and Bahmani kingdoms. Will have a glance over this Vijayanagara and Bahmani kingdom and their administrative structure and society, economy and cultural conditions. And finally, we'll complete with the decline of Vijayanagara and Bahmani kingdoms. Okay, so these we'll see in the module 2. Okay, so dear students, I will end up my class at this moment because I have to start another class at 11 o'clock, and after that I have to start at class for you only at 12 o'clock. Okay, so today we have the three classes, so that I have to end up my lecture at this juncture, at this moment, for the first class today, and I will continue the general introduction over the history of India, paper one. I will continue the same continue module 3 and 4, 5 in the tomorrow's class. Okay, students, are you hearing?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so yeah, I want to end up my class now. And regarding your second semester, you have any clarifications or any doubts regarding your first semester? Now you are welcome to ask. ఫస్ట్ సెమిస్టర్కి సంబంధించి ఏమన్నా అసైన్మెంట్స్, అంటే కొంతమంది అసైన్మెంట్స్ పంపించలేదు, సెమినార్ రైట్ నప్స్ కూడా పంపించలేదు. సో ఈరోజు వరకు వాళ్ళకి టైం ఇచ్చినాం. సో ఈరోజు వరకు పంపిస్తే వాళ్ళని కన్సిడర్ చేస్తాం, లేకపోతే జనరల్గా ఆబ్సెంటే గా కన్సిడర్ చేసే అవకాశం ఉంటుంది. కాబట్టి మ్యాక్సిమం అంటే ఈరోజు లోపు మీరు పంపించే ప్రయత్నాలు అయితే చేయండి, రైట్? ఓకే, సో ఎవరైతే సెమినార్ రైట్ నప్స్ పంపించలేదో సెమినార్ సెమిస్టర్ 1కి సంబంధించి, ఆల్ దోస్ హు ఆర్ నాట్ సెండ్ దేర్ write ups of the seminar and assignments for the semester 1, those have to send it by today itself. Okay, so otherwise they consider as a absent. Okay, ఆల్రెడీ మెసేజ్ చేశాను ముందుగానే. సో మీరందరూ ఈ రోజు లోపు పంపిస్తే మేము రేపు సబ్మిట్ చేసే అవకాశం ఉంటుంది. ఓకే స్టూడెంట్స్, ఆర్ హియరింగ్? ఎవరైతే పంపిన వాళ్ళు మాత్రమే. ఓకే. సో పంపించిన వాళ్ళు ఓకే, ఆల్రెడీ వాల్యుయేషన్ అనేటటువంటిది అయిపోయింది. సో పంపించిన వాళ్ళకి మాత్రం ఈ రోజు వరకు టైం ఇస్తున్నాం అట్లా. Right? And one more thing I want to inform you that any your friend not in the group, you can send their number so that we will add their numbers also. ఓకే. సో ఎవరైనా సరే మీ ఫ్రెండ్స్ ఎవరైనా గ్రూప్లో లేనట్టుగా మీకు అనిపించినట్లయితే వాళ్ళ నెంబర్స్ మీరు సెండ్ చేయండి. ఓకే. సో ఫస్ట్ ఇయర్కి సంబంధించినటువంటి మీ ఫ్రెండ్స్ ఎవరైనా గ్రూప్లో లేనట్లయితే వాళ్ళ నెంబర్స్ గ్రూప్లో సెండ్ చేసినట్లయితే వాళ్ళ నెంబర్స్ యాడ్ చేస్తాను నేను. నాకు తెలిసినంత వరకు అంటే యాజ్ పర్ మై నాలెడ్జ్ అకార్డింగ్ టు ద రూల్స్ ఐ యాడెడ్ I think almost all. But if anybody is missed, you can send me the number so that I can add to the group. Okay. Students, is it okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, right. Okay. చెప్పండి. Who is Sandeep?
Sir.
Okay. Shall I end my class?
Okay, sir.
Sandeep.
No, sir.
All right. So you want to say something, Sandeep? సందీప్ ఏమో చెప్తావా? Yeah, right. So ending my class now, and I will send you another link at 11 o'clock, right?
హలో సార్. హలో
సైదులు చెప్పండి
సార్. సార్ నేను సెమినార్ పంపించిన, అసైన్మెంట్ నైట్ పంపించి సార్ ఊరికి వెళ్ళిన.
ఓకే.
సెమినార్ పంపించిన ఆల్రెడీ, ఇప్పుడు అసైన్మెంట్ నైట్ 7 కల్లా పంపిస్తా ఊరికి వెళ్ళిన.
సరే సరే పంపించేసి.
ఓకే సార్.
ఓకే, రైట్. Now students, please wait. I want to take the attendance.